Biden and McCarthy may have reached a deal and the debt ceiling may increase. Re-elections in Turkey seems like Erdogan won. Also, the anniversary of Kyiv. How did Russia give a celebration to that anniversary? Celebration between quotation marks. These are some of the headlines we're going to be discussing today, so please watch the entire video because there's a lot of things happening in this weekend. Hi, my name is Booth. Welcome to Crypto Vagabonds YouTube channel. In this channel we talk about cryptocurrencies, macrofinance, geopolitics, and everything else that may affect the performance of your favorite crypto asset. If you do like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. Let's get into the video of today. And as usual, we begin with Bloomberg, and today's main headline of Bloomberg is the deal between McCarthy and Biden. And of course, they exaggerate the headlines saying that they have forged a deal. The deal has not been forged. There has been a verbal agreement. The deal has to be still voted by Congress on Wednesday. And there's a few conditions that McCarthy has put in place in order to approve the increase. And one of them is by 2024, the year 2024, Biden cannot increase any government expenditures. And the next deal for increase of the ceiling would be in 2025, past the election of next year. I'm not sure how Biden is going to be able to be reelected without being able to increase the debt ceiling. I find that a very positive and very reasonable request from McCarthy, but that will make very difficult for Biden to be reelected next year. Now, with the debt ceiling increase deal, the market has behaved positively. You can see here the prices are going up. Now, I don't like to talk about pricing very much. However, I think this reaction is a bit premature because if the ceiling does increase in the short time, liquidity is going to be drained, and that, in my view, is deflationary pressure. This is not financial advice, it's just my view. I think this is a bit premature. Now, besides the deal, something else that also happened this weekend is Biden have reached to Xi Jinping and trying to lower the tensions between China and the US. In my opinion, the reason why he did that is because the escalation of military position between China and Taiwan. China has actually placed an aircraft carrier between China and Taiwan. And of course, this is a response to the US providing certain missiles to Taiwan. Now, that escalation of tension in that territory between China and Taiwan, to me, is something that we need to keep our eyes on it because it is a potential point of dispute, and I think Xi Jinping eventually will try to invade Taiwan. Since we're talking about tension, Kyiv is celebrating anniversary of 1541 years. Now, Russia thought it was a good idea, or Vladimir Putin thought it was a good idea to celebrate this day, making the most massive attack on Kyiv. There's been not plane attacks, but has been drone attacks. A lot of the drones did get intercepted, but some did not, and that's caused some death and some serious damage to Kyiv. Not to be confused with the previous attack where Russia has attacked a hospital in the city of Dnipro, and according to this headline, there was 1 dead and 23 people hurt. So this is something besides the attack on Kyiv. Now, since we're talking about conflicts between Russia and Ukraine, let's talk about another possible increase in tension or possible conflict in the future. Iran has a new missile called Kyiv. Now, this name is very interesting and it's very important to understand why they have named this missile Kyiv. Kyiv is the place where Muhammad the Prophet has defeated the Hebrew at one point. This was on the time of Muhammad. Now, that place where that defeat has occurred, or that victory of Muhammad has occurred, is named Kyiv. So I think Iran naming their missile Kyiv sends a very strong provocation to Israel. And this is the video where they show the launch of that missile. So they have successfully test launched a ballistic missile with a potential range that exceeds 1,200 miles. That's 2,000 kilometers. I'm not going to play the whole video. I just want to mention to you that this, to me, it is bad news in terms of more conflict or more increase in tension between nations. And of course, that increase in tension eventually is going to come to a war. Now, another very important headline is Iraq launches a huge 17 billion transport project to connect with Turkey. And this project includes rails for trains, includes roads, and also includes ships and possible lines of gas or pipes with natural gas. Now, this whole thing will cost 17 billion. The article does not mention where that money is going to come from. However, because this is going to pass to Syria and Xi Jinping has improved or strengthened his relationship with Syria, it makes me believe that this money, because the article doesn't mention where the money is going to come from, it makes me believe that Xi Jinping is behind this, and this is going to be part of the Belt and Road initiative of China. If you want to find out more about the Belt and Road, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, because I have a video just about that on the making. We have slides being made for that, and I'm going to be explaining to you guys what that project means. It also has been named the New Silk Road. So I think this is going to be a part of that project. There's no evidence of this. Again, this is my own personal speculation. I just want to make clear that to you guys. Now, since we talk about Iraq connecting to Turkey, let's talk about Turkey. Some very fresh news. Erdogan just won the election and now he's re-elected. He's going to be in power until 2028, making him in power for 25 years. He already has been in power for 20 years. With this re-election, he'll be in power for 25 years. Now, you can see the difference is very minimum, 52.1% by 47.9%. This means there's a lot of people in Turkey not satisfied. Again, just like in Brazil, we have a very tight election where the difference was minimum. That shows a very divided nation. And I think to me, this is bad news, at least for the nation. When you have this close of division, in my view, this is negative. Brazil has that, Turkey has that. I'm curious how it's going to be the election next year between Biden in the US. But this is it. Erdogan is in power. And what does it mean? It means not really good news to Ukraine, because Erdogan seems to have given up the idea of being part of Europe or coming to the West because of the rejection of the West. Erdogan, in my view, in my opinion, is going more towards the East, is going more into partnership with China and Russia. In my view, this is negative to Ukraine. Remember, Erdogan got the grain deal, but it seems like if he gets re-elected for another 5 years, Erdogan, in my view, will try to get closer to Russia, and that will not be good to Ukraine. And of course, it's important to notice that Turkey is a very important, geographically speaking, but also is part of NATO. It has the second largest army in NATO. So the fact that Turkey, which is, again, geopolitically speaking, a very important country by its location and its connections and its ties, going towards Russia, in my view, this is negative to Ukraine. So that was enough in terms of geopolitics and traditional markets. Let's go and talk about cryptocurrencies. So now here into cryptocurrencies, Tornado Cash governance set to be restored as voters approve proposal. Remember, Tornado Cash did get hacked. We talked about that last week. And as this hack gets fixed, guess what? We have another hack on the crypto space. This happens 8 hours ago from the time of this video. Arbitrum-based Jimbo's protocol hacked again, and the total loss was $7.5 million in Ether. Please remember, all of these experimental, all DeFi, all those bridges, all of those projects, they're still experimental. Be careful with your money. You're going to continue seeing hack. I think in the long term, hack is good for the system because, or for the environment, because it helps to fix bugs and of course helps to fix those exploits. But be careful with your money. Be careful how much you invest on those things. I have some money on DeFi because I think it's my obligation to sponsor the space, but I don't do it to make money. I don't care about how much money will come from that. I have a minimum amount that I invest in the space because I want the space to grow, and I'm happy with losing that money, but that's my position. I don't know what's the position of everyone. Just be careful and remember that all of this is still very experimental. Another thing that's happening in the crypto space, institutions are seeking for real blockchain analytics for crypto adoption. And of course, there's two main companies, Elliptic's one of them, and institutions are going to continue to look in the blockchain and continue finding ways to track transactions and monitor the movement that we have in transactions. Some good news on the crypto space. Binance kicks off transition to a new platform in Japan. Binance has been out of Japan, and the way they're going to do it this time, they're going to acquire an exchange, SEBC. So if you're in Japan and you have an account with this exchange, Binance is buying that exchange, and you are most likely to have to do all the KYC all over again to meet the standards of Binance. So this is good for the crypto space. In my view, Binance is getting to Japan. Now with this, we conclude our video. Except I have a few questions for you. How do you view the re-election of Erdogan? What do you think about Biden trying to lower the tensions with China? And what do you think would be the consequences of the increase on the debt ceiling? Do you agree with me that that may push down the price, or you think that's going to push the price even further? Please let me know on the comments below. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell and share the video with someone that you think can benefit from this. This is it for now. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.